certain that you will be riveted by the discussion we are going to have with our guest in the studio this morning. But first, would you not agree that every man and woman has the right to look and feel fabulous? And if you had the absolute will and means to, would you go under the knife to make yourself look like your ideal self? Now, there are many who do, and according to a recent study, rhinoplasty, or in layman's terms, a nose job, is one of the top 5 cosmetic plastic surgery procedures performed each year in the US. And I confess that at one time in my life, many years ago, I myself wanted to become a part of that statistic. Joining me this morning with his expert advice is Dr Osman Bashir Tahir, who is a plastic surgeon qualified from the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh, and Dr Osman is a diplomate in aesthetic surgery from London and aesthetic medicine from the United States as well. Hello, good morning, doctor. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
By the way, you have perfect skin. Have you done something on yourself?
No, I've never done anything on myself. I just take care of it. I use sunscreen.
Oh, lovely. By the way, every skin doctor who comes to us says that sunscreen is the key.
Yes, definitely. It prevents you from the harmful rays, UV radiation, and I think everybody should use the sunscreen.
But that is one thing that we can do on our own. But we are going to talk to you about what you do and actually kind of going under the knife. Now, aesthetic medical treatments. Yes. What does that mean to you?
Aesthetic medicine is the most innovative field in medicine today. We've seen a growth over the past few years where you don't necessarily need to use the knife or the scalpel to attain the results which we're getting from non-invasive treatments. And people these days they're living we're living in stressful times. They don't have too much time to give for post-op recovery and everything.
True.
So what we want is a minimal downtime treatment, maybe a lunchtime procedure, which can improve your look.
It can be as quick as that?
It is, yes. So most of these treatments can be done under an hour, 45 minutes. They don't. There's not much recovery period. So you don't necessarily need to undergo all that, the downtime.
But Dr. Osman, you must have obviously noticed, you're in the business, there are so many places in Pakistan now, they have cropped up over the past couple of years, which promise you everything under the sun, that you will, come out looking like I don't know what.
Yes.
Are they all reliable, especially when you say that some procedures can be done in just a couple of hours, maybe?
Well, I would like to stress the importance of research. Everybody should go online to see what is, if they like a procedure and they're listening about it, they're reading about it in magazines, and they know that it's really hot in States and England. They should go online and see, who can do what. There are a lot of people who are not qualified, who do not, have the necessary qualifications. I mean, you can undergo lots of years of, for example, surgical training or dermatological training, but I don't believe that you can learn a lot of aesthetic medicine in Pakistan. You need to attain that from traveling and attending courses and keeping yourself up to date with what's happening in the United States or England. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to also focus. I mean, I am a plastic surgeon. I do love doing surgery, but I feel that there is definitely a place where you do not necessarily need, for example, a facelift or any, for example, a nose job. You can attain some things without surgery, and that's what we've been seeing. The statistics from the American Society of Plastic Surgery last year showed a very rapid increase in non-surgical treatments. And surgery was kind of, it was not as popular.
I think the good thing is that you give people a choice whether they want to go through the whole hall.
Of course, people are all different. I mean, some people would do well with this. You have to have realistic expectations as well.
In Pakistan now, ever since you've moved back to Pakistan, what is the one procedure that people actually, one top procedure that people come for?
If you're talking about the aesthetic medical side, I would say that a lot of people are concerned with their pigmentation.
Skin, perfect skin.
Yes, they want skin. I mean, our skin type is good. I mean, we do not, because of our lifestyles and less exposure to the sun anyway, we don't really have that much sun damage. So we do not necessarily need very invasive facial treatments. But what happens is that we are prone to skin darkening. And then what we resort to is creams such as Archie or Stillman's, which contain a lot of these chemicals. And what that does is that there's a trade-off. You're getting your skin bleached in a very unsafe manner.
It does give quick results, though.
But at what cost? You're left with, I've seen so many faces damaged with those creams. They contain mercury, they contain a lot of substances, more chemicals than what people think. If you come to a doctor, that's too many chemicals, it's going to damage my skin. But the reality is that these are the creams which cause irreversible damage to the skin. You'll be left with really thin paper-like skin, red dilated vessels. You can actually see a reddishness to the skin.
Oh, I hope our viewers are taking a note here. Yeah. Some of the creams that the doctor has mentioned, Stillman's and Archie's. I'm sorry, we might be sued for it, but I've heard
if you go, and it's not me who's saying that. If you Google Stillman's and mercury, you'll see that these are reports which have come even in the papers about this. And the damage which is done, it's irreversible.
Okay, now very honestly, we see the before and after pictures, and by the way we'll be showing you some, but when we talk about skin perfecting procedures, is it true that your skin can actually become like baby soft skin, like no blemishes at all, like they sell us the idea?
The thing is that nothing can happen overnight. There is what I do is I advise the skincare regime. Then I put you on some kind of procedures over the next few months, in which we can gradually lighten your skin. The goal is not to just lighten your skin; it's to have an even complexion. So. It cannot happen overnight. It has to be done. You have to have some patience, and it takes a few visits, and it takes a bit of homework. You have to do yourself something. You have to put some creams on at night.
But after all that, then yes.
Yes, why not? Definitely, you can. I mean, it's all about restoration of healthy-looking skin. That's what you want. I mean, it's not just about white skin. It's about healthy glow, and you can achieve that with cosmeceuticals nowadays, which are a blend of not cosmetics. Yeah, they're not cosmetics which are found over the counter, which you're paying for the box basically, and they're not pharmaceutical. They're a blend of that, and nowadays you can come up with really good brands out which are dispersed by physicians, which are really scientifically proven to be effective.
Give us a couple of names. Now I remember, I'm forgetting the name, you sent me that website yesterday, and what was that, non-surgical?
Oh, the non-surgical, yes, this is a truly a medical breakthrough. It's called Ulthera. It is basically a face tightening, a face and neck and brow lifting procedure. What was happening before is that there was something called Thermage, which was out a few years ago, in which it claimed that it could tighten skin. So it was delivering energy, but without you really knowing exactly where you're placing the energy.
Okay.
Now, Ulthera, it actually targets the SMAS layer, which is the same layer which we use in a facelift or a neck lift. So you're actually looking, you can actually see, like on an ultrasound screen, the layer, when I put the device on the face, that okay, this is the layer which we need to be tightened. So there's a bit of an aesthetic, you have to have an aesthetic sense in this. And
where to put it and where not to.
Where exactly, because that's what was happening. It was a blind procedure before, and people started losing a bit of fat where there should have been fat. This is very, very safe. It's ultrasound, which has been around for 55 years. They've managed to bring it down to this superficial layer where and it's exciting for a plastic surgeon because that's the same layer which we tighten in the facelift. So yes,
but when you do it, how long would it?
It'll take around 40-45 minutes.
No, but how long the procedure, the effects, how long will it last?
Well, it's been FDA approved in the United States last autumn. So we've not seen very, very long-term results, but there has been the studies which were done in Northwestern, Harvard. They've claimed up to 2 years.
Okay, that's not bad.
It will not give you a surgical facelift or a surgical neck lift, but it's for people who do not want to undergo any bleeding or all the bruising and everything. They just want to come in and they just want to tighten up the lax skin underneath their chin or their.
And there must be so many, of course, when people do have to then resort to going under the knife because there is nothing else available. But this is good.
Not a lot of. I mean, like now it's just opened the door for a lot of for the future. Okay, not everybody needs to undergo the knife. There are a lot of people who are going to stick to this, and you're going to see more advancement in this technology, and you're probably going to be, you probably won't be needing a facelift at all. Maybe some people, some patients.
Okay, we have some visuals to show here. If you could have picture 10, we would like to show a procedure where you can see the difference very clearly. Okay, it's right here.
Yeah, you can see that she had this she's a lady in her 40s, and you could see some mild laxity around her jawline. So, you know, that's an Ulthera treatment. It takes 90 days minimum for the collagen to, you know, tighten, for the skin to tighten. So
okay, so the left side is the before. You can see the chin, a little double chin, I would say.
Yeah.
And it is tucked well in the right. And this is the procedure that you were talking about?
This is Ulthera, yes. This is a treatment.
And this is available here?
This is available, yes. I've got it, yes.
Well.
Yes.
People are going to be really happy about this.
I've done half a dozen already, and I think it's just got a couple of weeks ago. It's fantastic. Lovely. I mean, they're really excited about it. Yeah.
Lovely, very nice. Okay, picture 4, and we are going to be. Okay, so this is something to do with the skin.
Yeah, this was a dermal filler actually, you know, the nasolabial folds which start developing. So these are the treatments which we can do. We can erase wrinkles, we can make them look less noticeable, make you look less tired. So this is something which we can also be doing these days. Aesthetic
medicine. I don't know, I'm probably using all the terms wrong here, but is it like collagen or botox or something like that?
No, there's a big difference. Botox is muscle relaxing. Is a muscle relaxing agent.
Okay.
We'll talk about it just a bit from now. And a filler is actually a substance which you can inject underneath the skin to fill up a wrinkle. So, you know, the areas around your mouth, your lips, you can improve the wrinkle. Wrinkle is like, which forms just like a piece of paper. If you keep folding it, so it's like a permanent wrinkle there. So what we do is we effectively try to, you know, diminish that. It's not as simple as just going underneath the wrinkle and putting a gel in. There's a bit of an aesthetic involved, a training involved. It's going to make it look natural. True. I've seen a lot of botched jobs in Pakistan. I think that you should be looking for the right doctor for that as well.
And also, how difficult is it? Because most of the people have those wrinkle starts with the eyes. And I've also read, everybody keeps telling that this is the most sensitive area as well. The procedure is the same for the eyes?
Well, eyes, yes. Eyes are very delicate. It's the thinnest skin in the body. So there are a variety of treatments. You know, you have to be putting on the right cream to kind of enhance, make it a bit more plump, nourish it with the right things. If you use too many things which are not suitable for your skin, you'll actually damage it. And then there are other factors as well in it. You know, I mean, we can inject a bit of Botox there as well. Botox will relax the muscle underneath the eye, which can cause that, you know, that thick fold.
But I've also seen some, again, as you said, some botched jobs. But some people that they can't even smile properly anymore, and they're like stuck. They can't even react.
That's actually, I would call that a side effect of over Botox. And if anybody these days, you know, says that I'm not getting Botox anymore, the truth is they are getting Botox, but they're probably getting a very, very lighter dose. And now that's what we're seeing, that, you know, less is more. You need to be conservative and make it look very natural. The goal is not to paralyze, but the goal is to relax and make yourself look fresh.
Very nice. Okay, so please do tell us at what age if people are considering that they need to get something changed and stuff, and they have had to live with it, you know, for a very long time, what would you encourage? Maybe post 30, 40, what?
No, well, anti-aging or aesthetic medicine can start even in your teenage years. I mean, you can start preventing yourself from the sun just from using a sunscreen. So I'm taking it all the way from there.
Different.
And then, yes, I mean, some people, if you're prone to developing wrinkles early, because there is a genetic predisposition of people, their skin quality is not the same. Everybody has different skin. You can start putting anti-aging, anti-wrinkle creams in your mid-20s. You can start from there.
No, but when you think about going for a procedure?
Well, it depends on how it is affecting you. I mean, I would never, you know, inject a teenager just because you know, she's concerned with her, you know, for example, wrinkles on her forehead. I mean, you need to explain to them, you know, this is not needed at this moment. But if something's interfering with your life, and you know you're really thinking that I cannot even look at myself in the mirror, there's also a very fine line. There could be a psychological element to that as well.
True.
So if I see someone who's got a body dysmorphic disorder, who thinks that this is overly you know, affecting them, and so then I do refer them to a psychologist.
But how much of your view goes into it? Because if somebody comes, and I'm assuming like a teenager, and there is so much competition, and everybody wants to look good, and they're, you know, looking at Bollywood and Hollywood and getting inspiration from there. But you see the person and you think that they are perfectly fine looking. Would you go as far as to tell them you don't need anything? Oh
yes, I've turned away a lot of people and saying that they do not need certain treatments. But of course, if someone's coming to me and they genuinely do have a problem, or I do feel that if they ask me, that, you know, can you advise me what I should be doing? I can put it through, but I can never impose myself. Okay, no, you should do this. You have to be very, very ethical, and you have to know. You have to know, okay, I mean, this person has laid the trust on you. So you need to be very honest with them and tell them, you know, okay, this is what can be done, and you can improve this aspect of your face, your skin, and there are limitations.
Or you
as
would
well.
even suggest what you
I do suggest, yes,
should
I
need
do,
to.
if I'm asked.
Okay, my deepest, you know, secret that I unlaid to you, that I actually did think of going under the knife for my nose. So the doctor is here. I'm going to ask him right now. Do you think I should actually, you know, consider nose job?
Yes, rhinoplasty is a very, very popular procedure, and it does you know, boost one's self-confidence, the central part of your face. And yes, there are treatments which can improve your nose, definitely. I mean,
okay,
it
so
depends.
we got the
It depends.
yes from a doctor that maybe I should.
I mean, that it all depends on you. I mean, how much it affects you. If it does affect you till now, and it's been there for quite a long time, you're conscious about a certain angle, then you know there are things which can be done. Yes.
Oh well, the good thing is that I really don't care anymore. It doesn't matter.
That's great.
I'm over that. Okay, we have another picture for you. Just we want to show you picture number 2, just to show you how the wrinkles can vanish as well, and then we are going to be showing you a very famous Hollywood actress. But in the meantime, look at this first. This
was also Ulthera. This was the brow lift achieved. You know, you can see it's almost a 2 millimeter brow lift. This is a 65-year-old patient. What also could have been done is a combination treatment of a bit of botox around the eyes, which has not been done here, which can even really, you know, improve the lateral part outside the orbit.
So we are not talking about the wrinkles here.
We're talking about the lift, the brow lift. Yeah, that's also what Ulthera can do. So you know, we showed a picture before for the jawline.
True.
So this is for the brow area. I mean, if you can see a big difference. The person will look much more fresher, much more less tired, because what happens with age is that your brow descends a bit. So when you get a treatment like Ulthera, which will tighten the skin, right, the layer underneath that skin, it can give you that lateral lift, which can also, by the way, I must say, be achieved by botox, if it's done the right way, not over botox again, not to make it look really absurd.
But done by a professional.
But done by a professional, you can achieve which I call a chemical brow lift. So you know, it's a combination of treatments. Not everybody is suitable for Ultheras. I could probably do skin tightening on a different group of patients, and I could probably advise, you know, I think botox would be good enough.
And whatever suits them best at that moment.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a picture of Angelina Jolie, because the doctor actually told us that he will tell us what all that she has gotten done.
Yeah.
Here she is.
This is the perfect example of what modern aesthetic medicine can do to a face. Why I chose Angelina Jolie is because she's the optimism of beauty nowadays.
Absolutely, and you'll be bursting a lot of bubbles, by the way, by telling us
She is one of the most beautiful women in the world today, and I feel that people should realize that this is a picture of hers on her left when she was in her early 20s.
Okay.
And this is her now at 35, 36. So what she has done is basically she's gotten a very good job done by her doctor. I know, compliments to the doctor. She has maintained her looks. She's actually enhanced some of them. We'll start off from the forehead. She's put a bit of Botox, definitely. She's got a nice curve, an arch to an eyebrow. So she's done that. She does not have any wrinkles on her forehead. Her nose there is a slimming on the tip. If you look at the tip carefully,
yes, there is.
So you
she
can see
looks
it's a bit more
little swelled up on the left picture.
Even if you take away, even if you think it's excessive weight, but the nose does not lose that weight. If you look at the nose, the tip, you can see that it's been sculpted. It's literally a game of millimeters, and I think that she's achieved a softer look with getting her nose slimmed down.
True.
She's had wrinkle treatments around her mouth, like if you see her nasolabial folds, the wrinkle between her nose and the mouth. She's had those softened up with a filler. With her lips, even though they were plump before, if you notice the upper lip, it is slightly more plump now. So she's used again a dermal filler to achieve a nice balance of her lips.
And what about the cheekbones? They look more enhanced. Maybe it's age.
Well, you know, yes, she's definitely, there is a bit of fat loss, and she has lost a lot of weight as well. But she also does some treatment for her skin. Like I know for a fact she uses good skin care. You can see the sun damage on the left, and you can see that this is much more even and nice and bright and glowy skin. So she's using the right cosmeceuticals. She's also been undergoing Dermal roller, which is a collagen induction therapy. So if you ever Google Angelina Jolie and dermal roller, you'll be reading what she gets done for her skin as well.
Okay, so Angelina Jolie, that is how she looks as beautiful as she does, but she was very pretty, I believe.
Yes.
So. Thank you very much, Doctor, for coming here, talking to us, and you're doing a great job, by the way. Especially that people don't have to bleed to death while trying to look pretty. That is the good thing about it. Thank you very much. Now our guest in the studio this morning is going to be featuring in this Sunday's episode of the musical spectacle, a graduate student of multimedia, Quratulain Balouch, or QB, is well known by her cover Aakhiyan De. She recently came back to Pakistan from USA with a mission to make her mark in Pakistan's music industry. Let's see what she's got. Please welcome the new girl on the block, QB. Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. And QB, talking to you and listening to your very heavy accent, I'm wondering, how did you, sing in Urdu?
I mean, I was born here. I grew up here, and my mom is from Pakistan as well. So I have a little bit of, little bit of history as well.
Okay.
It's not that hard, but the main question which people ask me is like, how can you sing a song like Aakhiyan De, which is such a tough song,
exactly,
and a Punjabi song, like I don't understand Punjabi. I can't speak Punjabi normally, but I try to pick it up. I'm actually really good at picking up things really fast.
Okay, but since it was a cover, now this is very interesting because you say you don't understand Punjabi and it is a cover. It's been done so many times by so many people. What did you like about it, if you really...
The melody and the voice, Reshma, when I heard her the first time, I just had goosebumps. Like I could feel the pain and the passion and, the surviving nature in her personality, and it reflected through her voice, and I just loved it. And I couldn't understand what exactly she was talking about in her song, but I could interpret it a little bit. But then I did a research on it, got it translated. I understand what exactly that song actually meant.
Lovely, and I must say that you did a good job, and nobody can tell that you don't really, get the words. You were very convincing in it, so that's good enough. And I guess you were very convincing for Coke Studio to, pick you up. How was that experience? Tell us about it.
It was overwhelming. Oh my God. People were questioning, like, how can you make it to the Coke Studio, like, right away?
How did you?
Well,
that's my question as well.
Well, Jal actually wanted a female singer to feature, and they had a couple of options. Like, there are a lot of really good female singers here, but I think they found me a little different, and they wanted to feature me in the song.
Okay.
And then when they came up with this song, which I'm doing at the Coke Studio, I found it really hard. It was quite challenging because it's a really old song which I never heard before. And when they told me this is the original song, you're going to be singing this, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it.
All right. Okay.
So I just managed.
Okay, we are talking about this song, by the way, this collaboration with Jal on Coke Studio that you can see on Sunday, but what we can give you right now is a little bit of a backstage video of how things were over there. So you can watch that, and we'll talk to QB in just a bit. Looks like a lot of fun, I must say, was it?
A lot of fun. A lot of new things I learned, how it works over here, and how the music industry is. That was like a proper introduction to the Pakistani music industry.
And a very good one as well, because it doesn't really, so far, it doesn't get better than Coke Studio.
Oh yes.
That has been the feeling since the past 4 seasons. Now, have you studied music?
No, not at all.
Then this was actually, a training institution for you then.
Yeah, you can say that. You can really say that. I never actually had any sort of training, or I don't even know how to play any instrument. But when I work with Jal, and I saw a lot of other, big names in the music industry, and I saw them how they sing, and you just learn by watching them, or just watching them how they sing, how they interpret with the music and with their feel and with their soul and everything. So it was quite a learning process, yeah.
All right, great. So now, for a person who has not really studied it per se, and being thrown into the deep end like you have at Coke Studio, what do you think were your assets when you were there? What were looking up to you for? When people were looking up to you for, is it your confidence in your voice? What is it?
I think it was the texture of my voice, and it was the talent, the inborn talent, I must say.
The raw talent.
Yes, which impressed them the most, because what they describe me is like I have a really strong control on my voice, and the voice quality is a little different. So I believe them, and that gave me a lot more confidence in myself that yeah, I can do it, and I know what I'm capable of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. Fine. Okay, now we are going to listen to QB, and please, couple of lines from anything that you want to sing. Maybe, the one that will be coming up on Sunday. Or Akhiyan Nurende, anything.
Anything.
We are going to give you, free hand over it.
विखण दा चाहा सानू मुख पर ताविना नेड़े नेड़े बस ढोला दूर दूर जाविना दूरी दा ख्याल छड़ बस अखियां दे कोल कोल चन पर दसिया बोल पावे ना बोल अखियां नू रहण दे.
Lovely, you can sing. The girl can sing, people. Very nice.
Thank you.
And very heartfelt.
You have to feel the music in order to sing.
Yeah.
You need to know what you are singing. It needs to reflect. It needs to.
And this, I think, the song also, the texture, the tone of the song, that suited your voice as well, because your voice is what we say in Urdu. I don't know, it will be lost in translation in English, but it's bhari.
Husky.
And husky,
it's
bhari
quite husky.
voice. It's a very good tone for that. So very nice.
Thank
very
you.
nice. So where do you hope to go from here? This is like your launching pad.
Well, I feel a lot of pressure on me. I'm going to be honest. So I'm starting working on my album. It's going to be inshallah end of this year. It's going to be So let's hope how it goes.
Do you write?
I do write, but I'm really bad in Urdu vocabulary.
We already spoke about the Urdu bit.
Yeah.
So, QB, you live in the United States. There are so many, I mean, the world is a stage over there. Anybody can actually, who have talent, they can make a name for themselves. And you would have a very, eclectic background, you being a Pakistani and so much interest in Pakistan. Why don't you sing over there? English?
No, English, that is not the genre I wanted to go to. I love Sufi music. My biggest inspiration in the music industry are Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan and Rahat Fateh Ali Khan, Kailash Kher, Abdul Parveen, and Reshma. And after Reshma, I tried to copy Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, and I succeeded a little bit as well.
Okay.
But my genre, which I really wanted to work with, is like semi-classical and Sufi, even though I don't have any sort of training. But I think I have that much of talent, which I can, I can pick up really fast, and which I can, use in my voice or in my work somehow. I'm planning to, learn a little bit the basics basically of music so that I can improve with the passage of time as well. But Sufi and semi-classical is what I wanted to do. It's just so soulful and so deep.
Okay, I am glad that somebody is going into that side as well, and a girl on top of it, which is very good. Okay, now tell me, everything is viral these days, everything is online. People who probably, you know, do not get a chance to get a break in something like Coke Studio, they record their songs, their demos, whatever, and they put it online on YouTube, and sometimes they become major hits. Did you ever consider trying, you know, going that way, doing that?
My cover was a big hit on YouTube.
Okay.
It just started off from there. When I recorded the cover, I never thought it's going to come out that good and I'm going to put it on YouTube and I'm going to get an overwhelming response by the public. Like everybody was like sharing the video on Facebook, and you know, I have 60,000 plus views on YouTube, only the cover, without even the video. It's only the audio. I think if you have the talent, if you know you believe on yourself, that you know what you exactly are doing, I think internet, YouTube is the best way to promote your music if you don't get that platform, if you're not that lucky enough to, you know, make it that big or get the spotlight in the field. So I think YouTube is the best way to promote your music.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because we want to give that message to our viewers, you know, people who have that talent and you want to do something and you are just not getting that break. Do not wait for it. Just go ahead,
for it.
Put it up, spread it across, and you never know. Wait for your luck. Thank you, QB, for coming here, giving inspiration to people, and best of luck. You've just started off, so we are hoping to see and hear more of you. Hello, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed the little musical session that we had with QB. Quotation time, and this quotation is by Sir Winston Churchill. It is very interesting. By the way, Churchill was quite famous for coming out with these one-liners which were just awesome. So here is one that we picked for you. A lie gets halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to get its pants on. We loved it. Sir Winston, thank you very much for this gem. So a lie gets halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to get its pants on. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but I thought that was very true. Yeah. Okay, now word of the day for you guys, and this is interesting. Now this is a word that we keep hearing using in our newspapers and everywhere, but I wonder if people know the right meaning of the word. So please roll drums. We got drummers there somewhere. Roll drums, and the word of the day is contempt. Yes, contempt of court. Anyway, contempt means the feeling with which a person regards anything considered mean, vile or worthless, or disdain or scorn, or it even means the state of being despised, dishonor, disgrace. Yeah, I have a couple of sentences for you with this word. One is the criminal's arrogant and disrespectful behavior in the courtroom showed his contempt of law, contempt for the law. And another one is he was such an angry, arrogant man that he treated nearly everyone with contempt. Yeah, that is, I think, would be the easiest one to use and to understand. Okay, enjoy the weather. Looks like it's still raining outside, and take care. See you today.